Hi everybody, McBeard here to talk to you about my latest foray into ranked play with monsters. I have been doing some climbing with weather monsters, and I think weather monsters are really strong right now. So I would like to show you a deck list that's been working really well for me over the past couple of days. And this deck list is largely adapted from a deck list that I saw Garuna play. Garuna is one of the best players in the game, and a very good monsters player as well. So the idea really for weather monsters is, as you would expect, play a lot of weather, control your opponent's board, limit their opportunities to do things, eliminate their threats, basically through just weathering them, removing them, keeping your strength up, liberal use of adrenaline rush, thunderbolt potions to surge back, make sure that you keep those gaps nice and small, and then push for the win, and ultimately use a card like Ragnarok to lock off all opportunities of winning for the opponent. So a lot of the decks will fight back against you, but I think with the change in weather, in that you can only really clear one row at a time, your opponent is forced to make some decisions that are difficult for them, whereas you still have so many other weather options to continue pounding their units down to one, removing them with Lacerate, letting the Ancient Foglets grow big, and finally close off the deal with Woodland Spirit, Caranthir, using Avalok for card advantage, of course, and Ragnarok to seal the deal. So not a lot of units, lots of special cards. I think it's an incredibly fun deck, and it's a really effective deck. So here's the deck. Ideally, you play Woodland Spirit to get your Foglets out, and then you follow up with the Wild Hunt Riders to get them up, and then you would only really have 5 units left in the deck. So generally, your Alzur's Double Cross is pulling a Giant or a Foglet, depending on what's in your hand. And don't be afraid to use this one early. It pulls them out of the deck, which is good. It buffs them, and that could end up being your keep for the round, with the monster's passive keeping the last unit you played. However, if you have the Giant or a number of Foglets, your adrenaline rush can help you get further ahead in following rounds. And I think you have a lot of ways to pressure your opponent into passing by eliminating their threats. You have such a liberal use of weather. So the leader is Dagon. So Dagon, I will use Fog very early to get the Foglets out. But of course, you have Fog in Ragnarok, you have Fog in Skellige Storm, you have Fog in White Frost, you have Fog in Woodland Spirit, and of course Dagon's Fog as well. So that's 5 different opportunities for Fog. You should be able to liberally play Fog, make sure your Foglets are out, even if they're removed, even if the weather is cleared. You have a number of sources of rain and frost as well, with Caranthir, Ragnarok, Skellige Storm. You really can handle a lot of different threats. The only time you can't is when you're playing a mirror or a weather immune deck, in which case it becomes a very interesting match, since you have a lot of cards that don't really do anything. But the fact that Fog musters out the Foglets, and the Fog still charges up your Ancient Foglets, the Frost still buffs your Frost Giant every time it's applied, and Sarah, of course, constantly growing. And I'll tell you, Sarah lives a little bit more than I thought she would. She actually remains being a threat. If she remains on the board longer than a turn, you can get her buffed. You want to Adrenaline Rush her for sure, or just play her last. I have found that there have been some crazy matches where I've been able to keep. And the gameplay that follows here will see this. Lacerate is your control option. Thunderbolt Potion can be used on Riders. Foglets if you think your opponent can't remove it, or even the Ancient Foglets if you can get 2 or 3 out. Last resort, you get the Wild Hunt Hounds from Caranthir. Avalok can be used when you're ahead, or when you are in round 2 after winning round 1. Generally, it's okay to give your opponent a card because your cards are so much more powerful in a lot of ways. Read the matchup. Generally, I'm playing Avalok whenever I have an opportunity. 6 strength is nothing these days for spies. Best spy in the game. Very, very strong card. And Ragnarok, of course, definitely whenever you feel the right need. So if Sarah's on the board, it's usually a good time to do it. It's good to close a game out. It's good to lay a bad landscape for the first round, make your opponent have a really tough hill to climb, or having to clear all that weather, and you could just keep reapplying that weather. And then Dimeradium Bomb for for Villain Trettenmirth, and for dealing with some of the other golds, as well as bringing cards like Tuisark Axeman down to base value. Maybe the odd Vran Warrior might be a little out of control. You might just want to get them back to where they need to be. So this is the deck. Let's jump into some gameplay. This is a game that I played today that I really thought was great. I basically got to use all of my tools to take care of my opponent, who was King Bran, and check out the gameplay. I hope you enjoy it. My wife says I should keep a tally on how many people ask me where my beard is. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be everybody.
Sit at my table and let's
How many?
drink.
Ah, King Bran's still around. 1, 2, 2. 2. Huh? Put it on the whiteboard? Take care. Have a good day. Do I want to risk drawing a Foglet when I have Woodland Spirit? Sounds okay. King Bran. So this is... King Bran was hotfixed, if you didn't know. King Bran is hotfixed in a couple of ways. Queen's Guards are a little less versatile. Ceres is a little less strong. Drake can't be bound. King Bran, 1 base strength. So we'll see how this goes. I have a wife. It's not Grey Boxer in a dress, Mr. Bonsai. It's very funny. No, I have a wife. She's cool.
Sit at my table and let's drink.
I don't run first lights. It's just I don't run first lights. I don't have an answer for it. I just feel like I don't need. There's not a lot of units, right? They'd be dead. They'd be dead. So what went in here? So is it still Queen's Guard? Still Queen's Guard. We shall see. We shall see. Hello, dog friend. Ah, more discards. More discards. Queen's Guards were alive for like 2 days. Fans need to wait another eternity. I know. Oh, Z-Milan, what's up, man? Were you in the channel the last couple of days? I just realized I haven't seen you in a really long time. Good to see you, man. First Light will pull Ancient Foglet so good. Yeah, well, so will this. In fact, that's actually what I'm going to do. That's actually my play. Alzur's Double Cross. It's like King of Beggars, but it's like better because that 3 strength isn't lost to the weather. It goes right onto the weather immune unit. I love it. I like Alzur's Double Cross now. It's just like a reverse King of Beggars.
The Queen of
Ooh, do I pass? Do I pass? 46-5 feels good. It feels so good. And I keep the Foglet? I'll pass here. Alternatively, I could have played Avalok. Maybe I should have played Avalok. I feel like it's okay. Everything's good. Life is fine. The double cross, and you can pass. Yeah, you're kind of back when you heard about Nilfgaard. Yeah, how can you turn a blind eye to the Golden Sun? Ooh, 2 Adrenaline Rush. Interesting. Okay. So this deck that I'm playing right now is probably maybe like the least interesting meta deck because it's not using a lot of new stuff. It's barely using any change stuff. One of them being Avalok.
At last.
Which is just as good as he's always been in a world where all the spies were nerfed. This hand, I don't know. Don't know about this hand. I have nothing to actually... I'm going to play Giant and Sarah and Adrenaline Rush them both and pass, I guess? It's kind of like not great.
Modern
not
Freyr
the
is
best thing in the
patient,
world.
but she brooks no insult.
Queenie's incoming. Doing all that stuff should actually allow me to be ahead on a pass, especially if he's giving me Donar on his losing round. Or his winning round, sorry. My losing round. In fact, I would actually consider Adrenaline Rushing Donar. I've done it before. He's weather immune. He's a strong weather immune card. Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. I think I'm just going to drop the 2 Adrenaline Rushes and get out of this round. Maybe... Well, Sarah's good to buff up now, and actually it pushes the round more that way. I don't know if there's going to be any removal, but I will go for the keep on... Well, we're definitely going to keep the Ice Giant, right? Because we're good at Frost at least twice. You just watch Delude for 6 hours? Rip sleep? Let's watch streams all day? It's McBordy.
Out with the crowns. Come on, quick now.
Okay. Do we think he has any removal? Do we care, Sarah? I mean, you get her if you get her, you don't if you don't. If she lives a turn, she's usually strong enough to last. Plus Adrenaline Rush means I keep 3 units. Plus I can push. I'm gonna go for it.
Did I scare you?
Boo. Foglet's still stronger. Foglet's still stronger? I don't know. Maybe... Now, are you aware of the change to Ice Giant? Gains 5 strength each time, so it's 17 with 2
Bow
frost.
before modern Freyr.
All right, we're going to get away with it here.
Out with the crowns. Come on, quick now.
I'll play the White Frost now. No, I won't. I will play Skellige Storm now. I'll play the Frosts after. I'll play Skellige Storm now. I can still Frost with Dagon as well. 3 Frosts. I have 3 Frosts. Skellige Storm and then Adrenaline Rush. And then we'll see. I might actually Frost Throw just to make it a pain. Let's get these Foglets growing. Ah, yes. Clear it, please. Which row? Rain? Still ahead. Plus the buff. Plus this buff. Plus this. So now I'm not keeping the Ancient Foglet, unfortunately. But I think I'm okay anyway. I think I'm okay just with the Ice Giant. And, like, he's still behind by 10. And I can still manufacture, especially if I Frost right now. That's 8. I Frost for 8 plus whatever I remove from his Queen's Guard. Step line 0. Avalok the Sage was 10 strength on E3, so maybe he'll get restored. E3. Lacerate myself? Interesting choice. Not a crazy idea. Not a crazy idea. That really makes it a pain for him. I want to push. I really want to push it. There's Ceres. So look at all the we're seeing the hotfix in action here. I'm gonna rain. No, it's yeah, it's still better to rain, isn't it? 8 goes to 4, whereas 15 goes to 3. Wait, what? 16 goes to 4. I think I actually will lacerate the row. I've done it before. I mean, it's a sure thing, right?
The sea provides.
Ooh, I bet he didn't want to play that. So, now the thing is, if I play Rain now, I won't have Rain in the last round, which is... Do I care about that? Frost is far more important. I have 2 Frosts. The Rain doesn't even get me ahead. I think I pass. I pass. Yeah, I got a haircut today. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, so I just wanted to make sure that everything's kind of tip-top. I also don't want to have to get a haircut halfway through the contract, so I'm just gonna go. My beard will get longer and longer as the weeks go on. So he went through his whole deck for the record. That's pretty good.
May Modern Freya watch us and keep us.
All right. What's the
I'm
story
ready.
here? What's the story? No Ragnarug. What was my draw here? Foglet. It's good. So let's play... Dagon has to be Rain. So since I have multiple Frosts, I'll play a Frost effect first. Or I can just play the Foglet. No, I want the Foglet to grow, so I'm actually going to play White Frost. Or I play the Foglet first. Tough call. Tough call, tough call. I play the White Frost first. It's quite a huge jump in strength right here. A lot happening right now on the board. Whoa, unexpected. I can kill it though. I have to debomb my own row, but I can kill it, so it's okay. Didn't expect to see. It's fun. No, it's hilarious. On the podcast today, I said something about Camby making a comeback, and I haven't seen Camby in like months.
Let's get this
months.
over with.
I had to use both lacerates on my own board. That's a first. That's a first. Rope. Yeah, I kept a lot of units, I know.
Modern Frere is patient, but she brooks no insult.
No insults brooked.
You're
to this
good.
day.
Real good.
Does he have it? If he hasn't, I get to act last, so I get to do whatever. It's going to be an armor smith, right?
Bow before Modern Frere.
It's good. I just Caranthir.
Greetings. Want to look over our stock?
This is the more important row, so I rain first. I think I'm okay still. Got it. For the monsters, y'all. You heard rope and thought this was a row impersonation? The Canby denial was pretty good. I'm glad I actually had the tools required to do that. Canby, man. Okay. Let's go for that rank 14. Let's see if we can get there today. Now that's good footage. That